Okay, guys. So I have a photo here of King Solomon's temple, right? Now if you lot haven't watched the first video, watch the first video. We were gonna get into it, talking about the truth. Now, I want you guys to really understand something here. Now, I'm not saying King Solomon's a bad person because obviously, as a Muslim, we believe in King Suleiman as well. But I'm not here to pick a side. I'm learning Islam, so I can't sit here and say, oh, you know what, this is right, follow Islam. I can't do that. So I just want you like to understand one thing. You guys believe in Suleiman and you guys believe in Solomon, right? Now, when obviously we believe that a book got sent down where King Suleiman was controlling um the jinns, right? Hence why he was able to create such beautiful things like this. Now, I want you like to understand one thing. You can see it right here. If I zoom in, right? You can see it right here. This is one form of worship towards, let me show you right here, the ball. Now you lot might be thinking, how on earth is he linked to this geezer? You get me? Like, he's completely different. But look at the head of it. Look at the head of ball, right? And now look at the head of this. Now, I'm not saying Suleiman was doing it in any regard. What I'm trying to say is there's a good and evil. We all know this. What life is good versus evil. That's all it is, point blank. Now, when you take that into consideration and you understand King Suleiman's life and what he was doing, he was using. We all know about the Epstein files. We all know what happened about that. We all know that my man was a bit of a weirdo. We all know, with all the Epstein files that dropped, his emails, he was doing some weird stuff. Now, you can either do it in good or bad, just like the phone. If you use your phone in a bad manner, you know what you can end up doing. If you use your phone in a good manner, you know what you can use that for as well. Now, King Suleiman used it in a beautiful way. He didn't use it in the same way these lot were doing it by killing babies towards Baal, stuff like that. He was using it for the righteous of mankind. Now, when you understand what Epstein's doing, everything, what he was doing, you don't need to put two and two together. When you see, for example, now when he was slaughtering children on the Makkah's cloth, right? He didn't do it on um anything got to do with Christianity. He wasn't doing it on a Bible. He wasn't doing it on anything like that. But he was doing it on something pure. Now, wouldn't you sit there and think for a split second that why is he doing it on something that is got to do with Islam, the Muslimics? You need to understand something. Look at these two pillars right there. You know what? I'm gonna zoom in for you lot as well. These two pillars, it's a sign of the worship. When you look at Epstein's island, what did he have where they were all praying? That little box that everyone knows about, where it's got the gold dome, just like this. That gold dome that's exactly like this, right where the cows are on top of it. He had that on top of his dome. He also had these two. Now, if you guys understand what the Illuminati is, if you don't understand what all of that is, you will understand that in front of their lodges, they always have this. Now, if you put two and two together, right, in Islam, we believe that when King Suleiman was in power, two angels came down, one of the righteous, one for bad. Now, the book that was given down to him, he could have either used that for bad or he could have used that for good. That was the book of magic. That's what they're all trying to get. We all, if you lot understand Judaism as well, because as I said, I am a mutual ground person, understood Judaism, understood Christianity, understood Islam too. Now, if you look at Judaism, what have they been trying to do this whole time? Really think about it. Try to deep it. They were trying to create the third temple because they believe that they will be in full power of not just the humans. They've already got us. We all goys. If you're a Christian, you're a goy. If you're a Muslim, you're a goy. Now, what makes us all a goy is this thing right here. This phone. You need to understand it's this phone. Now, I believe that this is a level of black magic because it controls everyone. If you watch something, let's say if it says, this is happening tomorrow, you will believe that it's going to happen tomorrow. If Instagram tells you, if Snapchat tells you, TikTok tells you, everything tells you, you'll believe it. So you're a goy. Now, they don't want to just control clearly they just don't want to control the humans. They also want the power of King Solomon controlling the jinns. Now, coming back to it, when them two angels came down, they told him he can either use this for good or bad. He used it for good. He controlled the jinns. He controlled them in such a way they didn't have free will because he had the book to control them. Now, that's all it is. What they're trying to do is they're trying to control something much more powerful than the human, because we're powerful up here, but we're not powerful here. When the phone came out, the reason why I believe that this is, you know, a version of satanic worship is because if you look at, for example, a car on finance now, a simple thing, a car on finance, you will sit there and you will think, you know what, I want an M5, bro. You know, as the Cuzzy bro say, I want an RS3, chow. All of that. Now, you will go into a finance, you will be working 8 hours a day, slaving yourself off for something that doesn't even work. It's a materialistic desire. It doesn't have a soul like a horse, it doesn't have legs like a horse. You are praying the same way that these lot pray to gold, you're praying to something that isn't even real. So try to understand what the Jews are trying, well, not the Jews, because there is honestly some beautiful Jews out there. Salahuddin, when he went into when he seen the oppression of what Palestine was going through, not the Israel, Palestine, what they were going through, the Gaza people, he's seen it near Al-Aqsa. There's a specific episode that I seen, and what happened was the Jewish man, he's seen the Zionist people were oppressing the Muslims. They just wanted to live, they just wanted to go pray at the mosque. But one of them grabbed him and he done certain things. Then the Jewish man got involved and he tried to protect him. He goes, look, we're all on this island, we're all trying to pray, so stop trying to oppress the Muslims. So the Jewish people are good people, but the sector, which are the Zionists, Donald Trump, you know, Andrew Tate got tech teams in Israel, this and that, blah, blah, blah. All of them. The Zionist Jews, they have a certain agenda. They want to use King Solomon's power, but not for a good reason. That's why they slaughter the children on something so pure. So you need to understand. And you know what? I'm not going to sit here and take the Muslim sides, because you need to see, you know, there's good Muslims and there's bad Muslims. The king of Saudi Arabia now, can't say he's a bad person, can't say he's a good person. This is just my train of thought. I'm just throwing something out there that was in the Epstein files. You lot seen the photo of his hand over him? Like, Epstein had him in his armpit right there. So you lot already know how he got that pure thing. So the Middle East people are bad too. The only good people, there's not a specific land where there's good people. Goodness comes from the heart and it comes from the mind. Remember that. So if you want to carry on following this, don't follow me. Don't even like this video. It's completely up to you. You have your own free will, the same way I have my own free will. If you want to follow the truth, and if you want to follow the light towards the truth, just follow and click that bell. Simple as.